Okay, this is running. We've had some minor complications because some things in OBS was not wanting to work. So, make sure it's all clear there. Okay, good. So, welcome back to Pokemon. As in last episode, we got a hold of our first revive, which we can use to revive any Pokemon, any singular Pokemon that we go allowed to use. And that's fine, but we also got the first gym badge. Okay, we gotta press this. We got our first gym badge we haven't done anything with. I don't know what the point of rubbing it to make it shinies for. But I'll admit I just do this from time to time when I'm playing Diamond anyways. Doing it here, I guess, kind of makes sense. So, yeah, we have gotten one gym badge down. Now, as a quick review of what we are allowed to use and what not to use. First off, we are only allowed to use Ghost Pokemon. Meaning I could not actually use Ghost Pokemon, well, Pokemon that evolve into Ghost Pokemon, specifically that aren't Ghost Pokemon until I actively get it to evolve. In short, what that means is I can't use it for gym battles, story battles, but I can use wild trainer encounters easily enough to be able to actually continue the game with. So if I could get I'm trying to think of the name, like Sedinja, I believe it was. It would be nice, but I can't. It's not here. So, our starter, being Sableye, we have a couple of unique issues with. As first off, we're not allowed to actually use any non-evolutionary item that is supposed to be held. So we can use the Reaper Cloth, and we could use something like, say, the Dragon Scale. Well, I'm counting Garatina's personal held item here as a evolution-like item because it does change form. It's close thing I can actually argue with that one. Otherwise, things such as the Spell Tag, not happening. XP share, not happening. So, a lot of these things are kind of more limited. Mind you, Pokemon do evolve sooner. For certain Pokemon that are impossible to evolve, such as Ghastly, this is enabled to have them randomly be able to just evolve at levels. As because of this, it's reduced down for Haunter to evolve into Ghastly at level 37, if memory serves me. Field items are randomized, but encounters are not. So we're stuck with what we can actually get inside of this game. Also, I need to go and get my Bidoof out. Because of this game requiring HMs to be able to progress, which I'm partially glad they got rid of in later gens. The fact I have to actually have a Bidoof in my party is a little interesting. I can't use it for anything, and though it doesn't count for dying in instances, it can't be used for anything either. But currently we need you for Rock Smash. Any story-based battle we will be good with using Sableye. And if we go to Eterna Forest, I believe that was the name, we can actually acquire ourselves though problematic, we can get a Mischievous. That one's going to be a problem and a half. As it's not that great. Its evolution is better. But that's all I can really say about that. That's it. We even got the amulet coin. It sucks. We can't use any of this. I mean, this would be nice. Especially with Sableye, potentially, if we want to use special moves, but we're not. Let's see. The White Flutes isn't going to be that handy to me, but we can go over here to Rock Smash and use it. Mind you, I've been actually progressing these add-ons, but these additions to rules a little bit. As last episode, it was rolled random typing, and we had to spin the wheel of random buffs / debuffs. As I stated about the entire no using non-evolutionary held items and the fact that Pokemon evolve sooner. That's fine. But overall, it's not that detrimental. The detrimental part is I'm using Ghost Pokemon. I got unlucky with my current Pokemon of choice. Pokemon of choice currently being Ghost Pokemon is a problem. Sableye has the stall ability currently, and that was one of two options, and I got the lesser of the two favorable ones. Oh no, that's a problem. Now, I don't remember, was it, we gotta go this way? I don't remember. I don't even remember what our next Pokemon gym we gotta face is. Another item there. Item there. Okay. So, I'm congested like always, not surprised, so apologies. With Sableye being a Pokemon we have to have, it could have been so much worse when it comes down to what we rolled randomly. Example, one of these things that I had listed was trainers are actually much harder. They are a percentage higher level by increments of 5. Going all the way up to 100% harder. The nightmare of that was the case. We could have gotten lucky and been able to use a Pokemon of another type, which would be good. Maybe our starter could have been just any Pokemon, it wouldn't have mattered against our type restrictions. One of the worst options would have been the first death of a Pokemon became permanent. That would have been detrimental. Let's see, we can go around here. Get that item. The reason why I want to actually pick up as many items as possible is though I do have a document listing off where certain items are. As an example, the Reaper Cloth, though I don't remember what you're supposed to get in initially. And here it is in the additional shops, not standard ones we get Pokeballs and whatnot. We have these items being randomized as well, and one of the things that's actually randomized when we go to the Elite Four, Victory Road, we actually have one of the items being randomized in the shop being the Reaper Cloth. So we can actually get a Duskull and guarantee we can get it to evolve, but we can't exactly do so until we get there. So it's going to be a pain. So, there's that overall. I mean, this could have been so much worse. Like, I have a full list of what we would be allowed to use and whatnot. I've been slowly editing it to make it to where it's actually a bit more specialized what I'm doing here. Let's see, Wheel of Names. Yes, Wheel of Names. That is a website. Where are you? There we go, Wheel of Names. Looking for it, didn't want to show up. We have a few different documents I've gotten here for these wheels. First off, we have, in the list being random, debuffs and buffs. We have the trainer increased level, which is a percentage of 5 per, going 5, 10, 15, 20, so on and so forth. And then we have our random typings, which we do have to deal with the fact that we roll fairy type in certain gens, we're going to have to re-randomize. Steel, if we go Gen 1, is another thing we got to re-randomize. So that's fine. The entire rule is still simple, that if we roll a legendary as a starter, we can't use it, but it just gives us another random roll. But our random rolls are +1 type of Pokemon allowed. So it means if we roll Ghost here, we could roll something else and we'd get another typing. Trainers are random percentage stronger. All non-evolutionary items can't be used. And that's for health items specifically. Now for Gen 1, this is replaced to being a little bit more problematic, as well as Gen 1 works a lot differently, and in doing so, you cannot use any stat boosting items such as things like the iron, protein, calcium, so on and so forth. One Free Revive, just straight out the bat, is a great one, especially with a low Pokemon strength typing. So you can't use TMs, which is problematic for certain Pokemon. No healing in battle, that would have sucked. Only allowed to bring the same number of Pokemon as the gym leader has as Pokemon they're using. That was not as bad as it sounds, but it is pretty bad. Random starter can be used regardless of type. Now that is a really good one. Only one healing item per battle. I don't know why I put both these options, but why not? Lucky I get a start. Great. If not, in the game, it's just 2 rare candies. Just give it straight out. Any of the plate items, held items, they are given to you for free, one of your choosing, as it matches your type of Pokemon you're allowed to use. If not in the game, you use the equivalent, or if it's Gen 1, I haven't decided. I'm still working on Gen 1. Gen 1's a problem for this. There's like so little mechanics there to work with. Focus Sash / Focus Band if Gen 2, specifically for that one, at the start of the game, one of them. Or +1 TM of your choice if it's Gen 1. That one's pretty good. So, those are some of the alternative rules that I've kind of decided. And with this being random rolled stuff for when we can do this, I'm thinking next gen can be 5 because I want to replay Black and White, or I may just go Black and White 2. I don't know. Make it a little excited with that one. Okay, we kind of went through all that. We need the bike, I believe, for this. So, let's see. When we get out of here, we need to actually go get ourselves another Pokemon. Was it? I'm thinking. Remembering. Was it a bug gym? I do not remember. Let's see. Yes. Platinum's Pokemon Gems. What do we have? What do we have? Hit the wrong button. Next one is a Grass Gem. Okay. The third one's going to be a Problem and a Half. The third gem, being a Ghost Gem, has 3 Pokemon to speak of. Now, the first two I'm not worried about. The third one, I am. We have Duskull, 24, Haunter, 24, and the Miss Magius, 26. Why is this a problem, might be asked? Miss Magius shouldn't be the one I'm concerned about. Miss Magius, the only reason why Miss Magius wasn't one of the most busted ghost Pokemon of this gen, just for stats alone, is because Hex didn't exist. Thankfully, to an extent, and Gen 5-4 kind of became a okay Pokemon, just not exactly what you would want, potentially. I mean, Gen 5, we had Hydreigon, that's a lot. There's a lot of ghost Pokemon that could have been used there, but we got some better ones. Mind you, this is all a matter of opinion. Okay, now we can... Nope, we can't go north yet. Don't tell me another story-based battle. Now, as the series progresses, and I do this more often, I will be having the rules update and slowly but surely progress forward for each individual playthrough. I just loved the idea of taking a random Pokemon type and actually having to play through the entire game. Like here, if we didn't actually get Sableye at the start, when we had the options for Gengar and Drifblim, we would not have actively had a 6th Pokemon until we could get Giratina, unless we want to get a duplicate. Okay, here we are, story-based battle. Okay. Luckily, we do not have a weakness. No weakness. Luckily, we also have moves that aren't ghost-based. I know Sableye is not exactly the best Pokemon choice for this instance. I chose Sableye not so much on thinking of the entire 6th Pokemon thing. I didn't realize that until afterwards because I was editing the time period. I had to actually take a hiatus. So I pop in the back. I had to take a hiatus on it just to be able to go about my own business for a while. Let's see, that is 40 and cause Pokemon to flinch. This move works only on the first turn the Pokemon's been out. I think you can get rid of False Swipe. Alright. But I chose Sableye because of type advantage, mostly. Knowing the sheer fact alone that Ghost Pokemon are what I can use, it didn't have much of an option. So the fact alone that Sableye is Ghost and Dark and there's really no Pokemon he's weak to in this gen. I mean, Bug Pokemon kind of suck. And I believe it's Psychic specific for that one. Let's see, Psychic. Psychic wouldn't affect it because the fact it's Dark type. Ghost Pokemon is resistant to because of being Dark type. Dark type not being able to really affect it well for being Ghost because it's Dark type. So we don't really have a weakness. We don't have really good stats either, but we don't have a weakness. That is one huge bonus. The fact alone of bad stats and like no weakness is huge. The only real issue for Sableye here is stall. There's a couple of abilities that I kind of wonder what they were thinking when they introduced it inside of Pokemon. First we have Stall being one. Another one being Klutz. For those who don't know, Klutz is a ability that a few Pokemon can have. Inside this gen, specifically Gen 4, Baneri can have, along with its evolution, Lopunny. Fun fact, Lopunny actually has two abilities. So does Baneri. Baneri has Runaway and Klutz, while Lopunny has Klutz and Cute Charm. Now, Cute Charm is a really powerful ability. On contact, it can actually infatuate the Pokemon if it is the opposite gender. That's nice. But if you didn't get Runaway on yours, you're stuck with it. You're stuck with Klutz for both. And Klutz is a horrible ability. I keep saying it's horrible. What does it do? What does it do? Okay, if it has a health item that is not actively like the XP Sharer, or let's say like Soothe-Bell, for an example, Macho Brace, if it's not like one of those few random held items that don't actually have much benefit in battle, well, guess what? You can't make benefit of them. Berries, nothing. Can't use Silk Scarf, you can't use any plate. So you're kind of stuck with the fact that held items aren't your option. Slacking, it has the entire ability where every other turn he doesn't do anything. That's another really horrible ability, in my opinion. And then I forget the name for the one Regigigas has, but his stats like half for 5 turns. That's just the only true normal type Pokemon we actually have that you'd be willing to potentially use for its stats. And I know RCS is a thing, but RCS is kind of looking towards for the advantage of picking a type. But furthermore, continuing, Regigigas would be a good Pokemon if it was only for not having that ability. I feel that just a limitation like that, they gotta hate Regigigas. Regigigas had to have been a Pokemon that was just like hated in development. And I honestly don't have any clue why. Taking until Gen 4 to actually encounter and still having to have all 3 of the Regis, is a lot. Now, if I can actually encounter a trainer who can trade a Pokemon that is Ghost type, I'll be golden, as the given Pokemon for traded Pokemon are actually randomized, not what they are requesting. The reason for that is because then we can actually go out and catch them if we have them available. Like an example, we may not have access to it now, but the example of this, I didn't even hit run. Nope, stop hitting run. I'm hitting A trying to get. There we go. There we go. As I was trying to say before I got myself distracted, an example of this is if we actually could get a Gengar, but like say trading like say a Badoo here since it's here. Trade a Badoo and we capture a Badoo and we could trade it. We could do so. We got an option. It does mean we could encounter Giratina, which would be kind of interesting. And if that's the case, I'm gonna just have to. But that's another option we have for getting Pokemon. Any eggs we get are not gonna be randomized, sadly. At least that is from my understanding of the randomizer I used. Eggs stay the same, random Pokemon that spawn stay the same. It's just currently traded Pokemon that are altered and starter that's altered. What's this item? Damp Mulch. Okay. I can't use berries. Not like that. And I'm not gonna waste my time knowing I can't use them when I just need the Versus Seeker. Get a bunch of full heals later. Yeah, these berries are not exactly on the forefront of my mind. Yeah, putting that ability stall into a lot of use, aren't you, Sableye? So, with the fact that the grass gym is going to be coming up here soon, maybe we'll get a second revive, though we're not going to be guaranteed. What level? What level do we have? See, Turtwig 20, Cheerum 20, Roserade 22. Okay. It's not like I can train any other Pokemon to prevent my Pokemon getting higher level. I'm kind of stuck with this. Huh. So, I believe this leads to the Flower Town. I don't remember the name of it. There's a town with a bunch of flowers, and we gotta go north from there. And then we can actually get to Eternal Forest. But we do gotta go through the Windmill if it's a Friday, which is not. A Drifloon. So, I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow. Today, for everybody's knowledge, is a Thursday. So, there's that to tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. I can't avoid this. I can't avoid this, so I'm stuck having to use Bidoof. This is interesting. Okay. And I can't even avoid doing damage with Bidoof. Okay, thank you. You just took out Bidoof. Yeah. Yeah. I think I was supposed to go first and it didn't. Okay. Lowering my attack stat, are you? I'm down 4 stages. In Diamond currently, I've been training a variety of Pokemon, as I've been kind of getting in the habit of doing. I started with Fire Red with my last playthrough. I've been training most Pokemon up to at least level 40 and above, to where they can actually train on their own, be used for different battles, whatnot. In Diamond, which I've been playing on my own time off camera, because Platinum here, I've been training a variety of Pokemon there too, and what I've been doing is currently I've actually gotten to training a Baniri, which I got to evolve to Lopunny. With that, I had to recatch one as it had the Clutch ability, but I learned that this ability existed because I somehow never encountered it before. That's kind of surprising. So, continuing onwards, I proceeded to actually get Return, Drain Punch, Dizzy Punch, and Charm. I think that's a decent moveset. Fast enough to be able to use Charm, to be able to reduce damage that it takes. But overly not strong enough for much else. Return is the primary damaging move. Drain Punch for obvious reasons, restores health, and then Dizzy Punch because it was given by level up, so that was pretty good. Plus the higher chance to confuse, I believe 20 or 30%. That is something on its own as well. Now, if we continue going north, isn't it? Floroma Town. That was it. Yeah, that was the place in question I was thinking of. Can't really do anything with you, right? Yeah, Galactic. Maybe we can just like jump into the forest now? I'd love to. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're gonna make it to where I can't continue, aren't you? Dang it. Okay. Okay. Can I quickly heal because Sableye does have like a little damage? It's mostly moves used. I don't want to waste my time waiting for stuff like struggle. Okay, I think the biggest problem when it comes down to the second gym is going to be is the fact that through most habits, most grass Pokemon have status moves. Never the strongest type overall, but does have a lot of annoying tactics. Oh yeah, there's an item here too. Full incense. Look at what I can't use. I can get over there? I don't remember ever being able to get over there. Interesting. So we're gonna get to level 22 probably, long before. Okay, Surf. That's what's needed. Surf, something else. I'm once again training a bunch of random Pokemon in Diamond. I always knew Bidoof was horrible. I got it to evolve into Barbaro. And it only learns Water Gun at 15 when it is evolved. At level 15 it evolves from Bidoof to Barbaro and then it proceeds to learn Water Gun, and if you miss 15 you lose that. In later gens it only learns Water Gun Aqua Tail as level 1 move. And yeah, that's a problem. I've been comparing a bunch of things Pokemon of late, and it's one of those things that I know Bidoof exists, like another one of those like Route 1 rat kind of Pokemon, but not good. The only normal water type we actually have, and it's not good at all. It's rough. Stats suck. It's like a copy and paste of Raticate, but worse. Can't even really use its own typing. Not well. Like here, right here, is what I'm talking about for the second gen. Hypnosis. Such a pain. And Glameow, I believe, is actually a normal. Let's see. If memory serves, as I was stating, a normal type. So we are stuck using Scratch. Oh my god. It's not this is hard, it's annoying. We aren't doing much to you anyways. You can stop using Growl. At least you're awake now. 2 more. I have an honest to God question. How is it that Hypnosis has such a lower hit rate, and yet you are using it every single time, and it hits every single time that Sableye is awake? Like, this is a problem. So yeah, whenever you wake up Sableye, hit it again. One more time, then you're gonna be put to sleep again. Here we go again. The only good thing currently about Sableye is the fact that your ghost typing can't take damage from this. If I could use any other move. Current moveset, if memory serves me correctly, that kind of decided we were going to go with Feint Attack to be able to have a guaranteed hit move. We're going to go potentially Toxic since we have that available. We were going to, really it's mostly open, judging off of what it is. I don't remember exactly what I was going to do. It's been a little... Let's see, it was Sableye. Thank God you only have one Pokemon. You were so annoying. So that was a few minutes of my time I'll never get back. Let's see, platinum. Sableye was Confused Ray, Nightshade. We had Feint Attack, and then we had one other which was going to be a optional move because we could not use Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak was going to be on there initially until I found out about the ability. Stall, even it goes last. Always. And now we gotta go all the way back over to the two grunts over here. Beat their butt. Get our way into the windmill. Jeez. Double battle, I'm assuming. No. Okay, I didn't remember. You, I know, are not a normal type. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe you're Poison Dark. Let's just, like, avoid all of this and just go give you Nightshade. And you somehow lived. Somehow lived. I am a little confused by that one. Either way, you're level 20, that's an extra point of damage per hit. Other grunt. Yep, other grunt. Okay. I'm still going over how to take care of Cynthia. I am talking like I'm gonna get to Cynthia. I'm not sure if that's gonna be the case. The Ghost Gym, the third gym in our lineup, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to defeat easily. I'm looking at this still, and I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do. Like after this episode, which I'm wanting to keep it being one episode minimum per gym leader, and I might do like one long one after the 8th, and I don't know. But the entire thing is, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get there. The one Pokemon I have which is not weak to ghost types can't go first. Status effects are going to be almost guaranteed to hit it. Sableye, you're screwed. I'm sorry, just gotta say it. Mischievous, unless I can get a hold of a Dust Stone, then it'll be Mismagius, which would be much better, and still going to be a problem because Mismagius is the thing. I don't even know where I can get a Dust Skull, if I can even get a Dust Skull. I was just going off of Pokemon that I know in this game. See, Pokemon Dusk. See, Dusk Skull. Yes, the Warp Key, we got that now. I mean, overall, Dusk Skull, pretty good defense stats. 90 at base for a first stage evolution. Take consideration it can actually evolve, even it's pretty phenomenal. But Platinum. Lost Tower and 209. Otherwise, it's Turn Back Cave. Where are those places? Map. See, 109 or 209. It's 7, 12, 9. So we gotta be here. Okay, otherwise we gotta be at Turn Back Cave. Turn Back Cave. Let's see. What do we have? I don't know where to turn back at. So we have a area. It's not the best option in the world, but it's an option. Okay, No items there. What do we have here? Not gonna mess with you right now. Gonna go heal again because of using a bunch of nightshade, and we're going to go over to the windmill and deal with that problem. Mind you, close to getting our second Pokemon, and third potentially, depending on how things go. I'll have to backtrack a bit, but I'll be able to actually get it. Be able to get a Drifloon, and then be able to get it to evolve into a Drifblim. Sadly, Duskull is going to be a 37 evolution. See, Drifblim, when do you evolve? Drifbloom, so Bloom, I'm saying Blim. Drifloon, 28. Not as bad. Our last Pokemon we can actually try to get is a Ghastly. I'm not sure where. Maybe it's a nighttime exclusive. Wouldn't be too shocking. Well, let's go ahead and head over here. The sooner we can get into this forest, the better. Yes, use the key and we are now able to get access. Now we have a lot to explore. Oh yeah, not as much as I remembered. I remember this place being bigger. I'm thinking about Gentry, Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire for the weather tower. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay. A little more comfortable. Zubat. Yeah, he flinched. One, you're defeated. No items to speak of. Oh, yeah. This is so annoying. Glameow's evolutions here. I forget the name, but it's here. It's a problem. Yeah. And now you're starting off to growl. This is gonna take a while. I've never trained a Glameow. I'm thinking about it. That's something I've never done. Maybe I should. I mean, there's a bunch of Pokemon I haven't actually trained before. Too many. I've trained almost every Pokemon you can get inside of Fire Red. Trying to think of some that I haven't. Vileplume's one. That's one I haven't done. Krabby's one, fourth evolution being Kingler. Still thinking, I can't think of many else. 4th evolution for Seadra. Later Kingdra. I trained Kingdra before, so you can count it because I did that in Gen 4 remake of Diamond and Pearl. No, Diamond and Pearl. Wrong game. See, Gold, Silver. Hot Gold, Soul, Silver. Okay, this is about to suck. Let's quickly potion up. Yeah, I'm going to try I don't have high hopes. $15, you're 20. There's something. This is something else. Toxic. And then bite. It's not bad. Flinch is bad, but poison's worse. I don't remember you having toxic. I'm going off of Diamond and Pearl's information, because I don't remember you having toxic. Worst case, I have a revive from beating the first gem. Thankfully. Perugly, that was the name, Perugly. Surprisingly, at this stage in the game, very unnaturally tanky. Status moves, heal powder, heal all, but we need to use the antidote. So as much money as we can, because we're gonna need it. Yeah, you're gonna hit and it's going to hurt. Let's see, if we use a potion. Save the super potion for now. Don't want to get too out of hand. Sadly, you're so normal. This is literally becoming a... Oh, thank you, Sableye. Ah, screw you. Freaking berry. I can't use berries. Otherwise, thank you, Sableye, for the crit. We desperately need to win this, so we can even continue. This is a story-based battle. Team Galactic, I'm gonna face them a lot. Yeah, just keep scratching. I mean, you don't really have claws or nails of any kind, so you're kind of like more flopping them on the like side of the face. More of a smack, probably. I'm not gonna argue. Okay, you did it. Took the potion, but we did it. Thinking. We're about to actually encounter our next Pokemon, Mischievous. So we're gonna have to deal with a couple of problems. I need to get more Pokeballs. I haven't really been doing this. Can I get Grip Balls yet? I don't think I can. It's not this gem. I mean, if you want to make it up to me for saving you, can I get a Drifloon? I mean, they supposed to spawn here on Fridays. I know, but still. Is that it? Yeah, you're just telling me a balloon Pokemon spawns here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to go and get my potions, get Pokeballs. Can I go? Yeah, I took care of it and it was hard because I have a Sableye. I don't know of anybody who just randomly uses Sableye. That's something. Well, let's grab ourselves some items. What was our random shop here? We have mulch, we have 2 berries. I rolled so many berries, by the way. I have a document here, and like 90% of them are nothing but berries. Okay, so it's just by 5 more. I'm going to get 3. Buy 1. And then I'm going to buy 3 of you. I keep nudging my computer. It's hot. My hands stick to it. And just for ease of access, we're going to buy an escape rope. I love to keep one on me strictly before the fact of being able to get out of caves quickly. It's old habits that's saved my butt several times over. Okay, and the next gym should be the town over. At least that's going off memory. It's been a while. It's been a while. Give me a break. Either way, tomorrow I'll have to come back here, get a drift loom. That's something. And counters. Counters, levels, training. I've also been comparing something else, something other people probably have known a lot sooner than I did. Thinking about it, unless you're playing Platinum, the only fire Pokemon you have to start or to play with is Ponyta and Chimchar. That's it. You can trade Pokemon over, but to be honest, the options aren't exactly open for a fire type in this gen. And I understand entirely if we go back to Gen 2. We have our starter and that's it. You know what? Because we can't actually use Fake Out, not truly for what it's meant for. Yeah, let's take the tact. At least that way we can try to nullify some form of move usage. All hindrance to the opponent are actively benefits to me right now. Alright, trees, honey, got it. Yeah, encounter. What am I doing? Got distracted. A cat kind of walked by my door. My door's open because of it being hot. There's been a lot going on, having to keep an eye on him. We have a main unit in our trailer, and he somehow clawed his way into it, so it had to be screwed down. A lot more than what it was. So he's been wanting to be a little bit of what we call a douche noodle. Being a very bad bug. A bad gen bug. So. No, I'm not gonna switch Pokemon. No, I don't have another Pokemon I can use. The only one I have beat with my party is for HMs. This is why I keep using Nightshade, and I'm going to keep having Nightshade. Defense Curl. Yeah. Any defense boost or debuff to stabilize attack stat is devastating. Especially with the fact that it's already so low. I'm already getting so low on this. And that is the last bit of my tea. Let me pull up my jug of water. Jug. Okay, there we go. So we're moving over quickly to the point where we're going to be starting to take a lot more damage. And as Pokemon are moving away from just having normal type moves only. Surprising, the Geodude didn't do any damage. That one's a shock. Full restore. Appreciated. We will need this in the future. Yeah, I can go this way. I don't remember what's here. Maybe items. I'm not sure. Maybe just water. Either way, trainers. Let's call this a predecessor to what we are going to be dealing with for the second gym. I'm saying that because Roselia being the predecessor to Roserade. Roserade is a Pokemon I've never actively trained. Currently inside of Diamond, I'm actually trying to get a hold of a shiny stone, and that's just not working. The only way I know how to be able to get it is either waiting most of the game or have to actually pick it up with a pickup ability. And you need a minimum of level 41 on a Pokemon with the pickup ability to even be able to attempt to acquire it. What's over here? Okay, just more trainers. What was it? The upper path then? Don't remember. All I know is my nose has been itchy. Back down and heal. This is one of the problems about using one type of Pokemon. I would be using so many more Pokemon if I wasn't in this case. Staraptor, surprisingly good for being a Pokemon that's like a standard bird. Intimidate, Brave Bird, Close Combat, pretty good. At that point, all you need is something like, say, Swords Dance, and you are doing better than what you should ever be able to do. I'm trying to remember what my first team was. I prefer Empoleon for that evolution line, Piplup's evolution line. Let's see, I believe I did go with Chimchar as my first. Currently I have... No, we didn't go that way. To start off with, I do have Empoleon currently. But when I first started, I started going with Chimchar, and I actually, it was when I was a lot younger, so training mostly just it. But I did actually train other Pokemon briefly. I'm not sure entirely why, but my team at that time period was Infernape. We have... Let me see, Staraptor for the second one, or third one I was using Flounsoul. Fourth, for some reason I keep using Girafarig. Girafarig's not that good. Yeah, I don't remember the rest of the Pokemon more, to be honest. I'm trying to remember and I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, one thing I've always wanted to train inside of Generation 4 being a Rotom. Never had the option. Diamond. Girl. Yeah, just can't get until you beat the Elite 4. That's not great. At least it's going off memory. Platinum, I believe you get it beforehand. One more scratch and you're done. I mean, not one more scratching. I was trying to think of my first team in Diamond. Now I remember what the rest of them was. You see, it was Infernape, we had Staraptor, we had Floatzel, we had Girafarig, we had Kingdra, we had... Let me see, it was Miss Magius. Those were my Pokemon. Not the best. I mean, Infernape being a firefighting is okay. It's pretty decent typing. But still, it's what I use. And now we can go over here, hopefully skip you. Skip a few trainers, I want to be able to get a Mischievous and level it up through them, hopefully. I could use the XP share. If I had the XP share, I'd use it. But no sense in going over all the poor things I don't have. I didn't mean to encounter you specifically, but oh well. I think I'll be fine. You know, I've never paid attention. What does focus energy do? Does it increase your critical hit rate? Oh, God. I didn't think that through. I didn't think that through when I chose Sableye. I forgot. Foresight. Yeah, Wise Glass. Okay, distinct itself. I did not think that through at all. That took out most of my health. If he would have done that to begin with, I would have been so through. Yeah, I'm still going over how much damage that was. That was almost my entire health pool in one hit. I've never paid attention to what focus energy does. Let's see. Focus energy. Focus energy. Normal type move. See, increases critical hit rate. Okay. Yeah, I was correct. I couldn't remember what it did. I never really paid attention. And another item. Grip Claw. I don't think I can use that. I mean, yeah, we got a few handy items. No. I'm looking at Razor Claw if I could even use it. I don't even know if Razor Claw gives me a benefit. We don't have cuts. Okay. This is gonna be a problem. I forgot you were here. Sure. Have it your way. We can train with you. But we need a Mischievous. We can get them here if when I'm reading. Okay. Okay. I'm down for this. Yes, very much so. Please take out the Badoo. Take out the Badoo as soon as possible. Egg Bomb, normal type move, if I remember correctly. Does a decent amount of damage and it's a Chansey line exclusive. Yes, you can just do that to Chansey all you want. I have a great ball as well. Okay, we have a Ghastly. I didn't check. Okay. We got ourselves a second Pokemon. We got ourselves a second Pokemon. No, we do not nickname. And it's supposed to be a very low chance in Platinum for Mr. Fist. Mr. Fist. Yes, it went away. Let's see, we have Eternal Forest. Yeah, the Gen 8 version, go down to Gen 4, Speed Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, get Platinum exclusive. I'll be damned. Okay then. Let's see, Mr. Fist for Pearl. Otherwise, damn, can't pick up Mr. Fist, looks like. Am I just reading this wrong then? Probably seen the P and thought, oh look, Platinum. Generation 8, it is still a Platinum exclusive. Okay, we don't have access to you. That is incredibly disappointing. Okay, either way, we do have a second Pokemon finally. Being Ghastly. Welcome, Ghastly, to the team. Come on, Twitch. Now, Ghastly, what do you have? See, Lick. That's all you really have. See? This is gonna be rough. And Ghastly evolves when? Let's see. Go back to Ghastly. Great special attack. Evolves at 25 into a Haunter, and then because of the way this is set up, 37 into Gengar. Okay, I'll make this work. Somehow. Yeah, Ulick. It's super effective. Luckily, going over it still, you only have one ability. That's Levitate. So, base special 100. When you evolve, you will have a special of 115. 95 speed. That did a lot. It's going to be a lot of training. Yes, I'm going back because I'm going to go over to the one trainer I didn't defeat. I believe it's just one trainer. Not just you, not you. Who's you? I'll swap out, I'll rotate. Strictly because... it's a problem. And switch. So we'll allow 2 Pokemon currently until we can actually get a Drifloon on Friday. And or a Rotom. I didn't mean to hit that move, but whatever, that works. Nightshade, just do that. Your defenses are high. be a lot of XP for you. You're level 14. It's not, I'm not gonna say it's a lot, but it's something. It's good enough. I'm still going over in my head how I'm gonna do this. Yes, I'm back. Yes, I'm back, and probably not to stay. An item here. Black flute. What does the black flute do? Less likely to appear, you say? Funny, as I turn and I get an encounter. So, looking here, certain options don't have. Okay. The amount of training is going to require, we need to get you up to level 25 as soon as possible. While Sableye being level 23 is fine. It's a problem that you are so low, Ghastly. Can't even use that rock. Can't. Double battle coming up. Yeah, double battle. Gonna swap out Ghastly for Sableye so you don't faint. That's the last thing I need is the latest member of my team with such a limited amount of Pokemon to faint. I don't want to spend the revive just yet. So we're going to switch. A lot of damage, but not nearly enough. Who's that for? Okay, because it doesn't matter for Sableye. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, it's both. It doesn't matter for Sableye. Smart choice, using a bomb on the Wormpole. Surprisingly did more on the Chansey. Chansey has a lot of health. Yeah, isn't Chansey like one of the highest health statted Pokemon, coming in 250? It's like you dumped everything else, but 250 is like your health. Like, I'm curious, because I'm going off memory. Chansey. Yes, Chansey. Not changing my tactics at all. Yeah, 250, your attack and defense stat are 5. Special defense stat being the only good move beyond health, or stat beyond health being 105. Involving the Blissey via friendship. 255 coming in the highest. 714 is your top out health. That's a lot. Yeah, the sheer amount of health is insane. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into contact with you. I don't want to get poisoned. Okay, poison thing may work. One more. Either Chansey will hit or I'll hit. Harden, all you want. It won't matter. And you're down. Yep. That's good. Energy powder. Another double battle. Hopefully we can actually get a bit more XP this time. See, I have it pulled up, so. See, take a look at what Ghastly gets. Before evolving, what does Ghastly acquire? Ghastly inside of Gen 4 doesn't get too much, but let's see. At 15, Nightshade, Big Boom, 19, Confuse Ray, 22, Sucker Punch. That's pretty good. Payback 26. It's not going to be worth holding off. So there's that. Yeah, you're stopping Chance's butt. And one Abra down. Just one to go. And now you learn Nightshade. Mean Look. Let me see. Scary Face was the one that actually reduces speed. Spite, PP4, Curse. Has two effects. It can either take half health and do a crap ton of damage, or give it a Curse. Well, better the options. And another Abra down. All I have to do is get to the next city, potentially, I believe it has the gym, and get Ghastly up to 20, 24, potentially. I want to get a Haunter, truthfully, before I have anything else happen. If I can get a hold of Haunter first, the next one will be so much easier. I believe the next gym will also let us use Cut. That being a phenomenal HM in this instance, so I can get Rotom. I don't actually know what that berry does. Is it a medicine one? And no, it raises the defense stat in a pinch. Not that I can use it, but it's interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm looking for items mostly, hoping I can actually get a hold of some things I can use. Fine, I'll start battling wild Pokemon, get some XP, so I'm gonna have to anyways. Luckily enough, we are gonna be healed full every time. Yeah, I thought a bomb was a physical move. Okay. Well, Silcoon's down. So I got so many trainers beaten here. Now, thinking about it, I'm probably going to I'm gonna have to in this instance, but I'm gonna have to train off camera for a lot of things, and I would like to know people's opinion on that, actually. As it stands, I could actually make a whole video like I'm doing here, where I'm actually going through an area, leveling up Pokemon. Or I can actually make it much simpler and smaller for everybody. And just have me level up Pokemon quickly off camera when I can, and then other times not. If it's hated, I will just do it on camera, though you won't be sitting there watching me just go through wild encounters over and over. Maybe Versus Seeker. Thinking about it, let's leave those trainers down there for now, because we can get to the Pokemon Center. A little bit tedious because we're going to be losing our free healing, but I want to confirm that the next town is going to be the next gym. And if we can actually encounter Pokemon that we can just constantly battle over and over, that's good. Yes, this is the way out. Soothball. Sorry, Soothe-Bell. I read that as ball. Okay, you're gone. Skip past you lot. And I believe there is no item here. Shoal Salt. I don't remember what that's for. What I don't know what I use that for. And Bidoof. Yeah. Close to 16 actually, which is phenomenal. Let's see, gym. You have center. What do you have? Antidote, really? Dusk Balls. Snap a single Pokemon out of confusion. Possibly. So that's very interesting. We get the bike here, right? Don't tell me this is a story battle. I'm looking for the gym. Yeah, Palkia. No, Dialga. That's Dialga. Palkia is a different one. That's weirdly Water Dragon. Yeah. Was it this town? I don't... No. It wasn't. Okay, can I go to the Pokemon Center, please? Yes, it's a Pokedex. No, I'm not prepared to be able to face you, and chances are, even if I battled you right now with my Pokemon currently, it'd be just as difficult. Because it'd probably be the same outcome, you're gonna sweep. I'm hoping that when we get to the Elite Four, we don't have to actually deal with the fact of you having any of our revives gone. I'm hoping, like, cross the fingers on that one. I feel against Cynthia, if we can even make it to Cynthia, maybe the only chance we have. If Cynthia stomps our butt, we lose. Entirely. We're done. Gone. Get this place once over. Once over and call it good. Nope, we do have the next gym here. And I see an item. Oh, sneaky. Black sludge. I have that, and I can't even use it. Okay. Fine. Fine, fine. Black sludge. Okay, so we have made it very far. We've gotten to the point where we can actually see the next gym. Grass Gym Leader, as it is, though this episode's going a bit long, and I don't want it to be that much above an hour. Sadly, it's almost an hour and a half. I'm not prepared to be able to actually face off against the Grass Gym Leader, as we just got a hold of Ghastly. Apparently, I read it wrong. We cannot get a hold of any Miss Magius, Mr. Fist, in this game. Sad. Maybe I can actually get a random trade. I don't know what all the trades are. I'm gonna have to take time to research that. I'm gonna take time to level up Ghastly. So, like I said, I'm gonna be training off camera. Anybody who doesn't like that, let me know in the comments, and I will actively start doing episodes specifically. That's gonna bog down a lot of episodes. Just as a heads up. I'm only doing this because of outside of time. It's just a lot quicker to do it outside of the making of an episode, but it's just better for you guys overall. So once again, thank you for watching this episode of Pokemon Platinum. We went through a few story battles. Sadly, I could not get to the second gym first and be able to beat it for this episode. I'm surprised I did so for the first episode, though I would like it to be one episode per gym. It's kind of rushing things at that point, but that's okay at the moment. So thank you for watching once again. I hope to see you in another video, so goodbye.